Hello, are you live now?
Yeah, sir. Our meeting is live.
Okay.
Ready.
So, a very good evening to all the eminent doctors, and thank you so much for joining in today's webinar. Our endeavor is to spread awareness about rabies, and thank you so much to all of you for giving us your precious time. And we would like to spread the awareness about rabies, which is fatal but can be avoided if it can be treated appropriately, it's vaccinated. So the topic of the webinar is dosage reduction strategy in rabies management role with novel vaccine. So dear doctors, rabies is world's first novel three-dose anti-rabies vaccine. With great pride, we would like to inform you that rabies has successfully completed 1 year of launch with more than 40,000 animal bed cases victims being vaccinated and 100% compliance was recorded and no case of adverse event was registered. And with this, it's my honor to introduce to you the today's speaker of today's webinar, Dr. Ashraful Alam Jodhar sir, MD physician, and who is currently working at Kualpara 200 bedded civil hospital. And now I would like to request Dr. Ashraful Alam Jodhar sir to initiate the talk, and later on we'll have a Q&A session also, and all the participants can drop their questions in their Dropbox and we'll read it out. So, sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sahil, for introduction. And myself, Dr. Ashraful Alam Jodhar, as I am working in 200 Bedded Civil Hospital, as he has introduced. And in this webinar, today we'll be discussing about the rabies vaccine. This is Travis, and the discussion will be dosage reduction strategy in rabies management, role of novel vaccine. That is the world first three-dose rabies vaccine. As most of you know, what is rabies? Rabies disease. Rabies is a genetic disease caused by rabies vaccine. Rabies vaccine is encoded by 5 structural proteins. You can see the screen. There are 5 proteins. There is G protein, N protein, P protein, and N protein, L protein. And G protein is the major antigen in the formation of neutralizing antibodies against rabies vaccine. And if you see epidemiology of globally and India, globally there are 59,000 rabies deaths per year. In India, 20,000 rabies deaths per year. That is 91% of death in rural areas mainly. Evolution of rabies. In 1885, the screen has been shared. You can see here in 1885, the first rabies vaccine was invented. Sahil?
Yes, sir.
I think some PPT is missing here. PPT misses.
It was
The development of rabies vaccine concerned through 4 clinical stages. Those are neural tissue vaccines, non-neural vaccines, cell culture-based vaccines, and recombinant DNA and protein-based vaccines. In 1985, Louis Pasteur first developed the live vaccine, rabies vaccine. However, this vaccine has various adverse effects, such as neurological disorders and sometimes death. And in 1991, and it has been inactivated vaccines whose work up to brain is 10% and minimal liquid preparation has been done. And nowadays, this cell culture vaccine after 1976, it has been inactivated vaccine. Means this is done by cell culture. Standardized immunogenicity lipophiles. And as you know, rabies is 100% fatal, but 100% vaccine preventable disease. There are very challenges as nowadays by the government of India and in many other countries and many other places, 5 doses vaccine has been introduced. Still now, the 5 doses vaccine has been given, and it is very challenging. The first challenge is inconsistency in potency, stability, short supply, and adverse effect. And the current challenges is compliance is a major issue. Declining compliance beyond 3 doses. As we all know, the rabies dose earlier and nowadays is given 5 doses. The restoration rabies dose is 0, 3, 7, 14, and 28. It is over a period of 28 days. However, the poor compliance with the fourth and fifth dose of the recommended 5 doses of rabies vaccine pose significant challenges to the effective prevention and control of the deadly disease. Various factors contribute to low compliance rate of the fourth and fifth dose of the 5-dose preparations. Lack of awareness about the importance of the completing the full course of vaccination, limited access to healthcare facilities, financial constraints, and inadequate follow-up of the mechanism all contribute to suboptimal compliance. Additionally, fear of the needle, discomfort associated with vaccine administration, misconception about the side effect may also be discourage individuals from completing the full vaccination regime. Poor compliance increases the risk of insufficient product protection against rabies, leaving individuals vulnerable to infection if exposed to the virus. But everybody knows that rabies is 100% fatal, but 100% vaccination preventable disease. But due to these challenges, still the death increases day by day. And recently, Travis has been introduced after a lot of research by the Cadila Pharmaceuticals. The Travis recombinant rabies G protein is world first 3-dose intramuscular regime, that is 0, 3, 7 days rabies vaccine. Travis vaccine is subunit vaccine prepared using virus-like particles, DLP platform, where nanoparticles can be engineered to elicit differential immune responses, which can increase vaccine efficacy. And the main thing is that in the Travis, the available as ready-to-use vaccine. No reconstitution requires before administration. Current 5-dose regime, before administration, reconstitution is required. Complete remains of major challenge with 5-day schedule in the post-exposure prophylaxis of rabies. That is 0, 3, 7, 14, and 28 days. And the now compliance rate increases as the duration increases, and it is reported to higher as 40% in 5 days regime. The Travis vaccine may help to improve compliance towards full course of immunization due to unique advantages like reduced dosage schedule 0, 3, 7 days, resulting in less number of injection and reduced number of visits to healthcare. And you can see the VLP technology, how it has been done. The native virus Z protein is difficult to stabilize. Z protein isolation using the VLP technology purified and stabilized by Cadila Pharmaceutical Limited. Then virus-like particles or protein combination exist as nanoparticles. And they are capable of introducing a strong humoral and cellular immune response. These are the VLPs technology has been used to create these vaccines. The original research article was published in Association of Prevention and Control of Rabies in India, it is APCRI journal regarding development of novel recombinant rabies Z protein vaccine by VLP technology. A recent advancement in vaccine development have led to availability of newer, more cost-effective vaccines that requires few doses. In a breakthrough achievement, Cadila Pharmaceuticals has developed these 3-dose recombinant vaccines. The rabies is used prepared by using virus-like particles, that is VLP technology. As I have been using this since 6 months, so the post-clinical trial is good, and there's a clinical research, the clinical phase 2 research, the trial is done on number of patients 225, considered of 5 study arms. There is no anaphylactic reaction was reported in phase 2 out of these 225 subjects. Headache was the most frequent adverse effect, followed by muscle pain and tiredness. And there has been little bit discomfort, that is 12 subjects to 13 subjects is musculoskeletal pain. You can see here the clinical phase 2 study, 3-dose design, 2-dose and 3-dose design. To demonstrate the non-inferiority of the test vaccine of the competitor vaccine, primary objective subject to seropositive with 14 days post first dose. Secondary objective was subject to seroprotection at day 42 post first dose of test vaccine, safety by monitoring subjects and adverse effect. Seroprotection, the protection obtained by vaccination. The results were constant across different ages, groups, and genders. Observed difference is 1.5% with the pre-specified margin of 4%. Non-inferiority for seroprotection prime endpoint day 14 and 42 were met. Test and comparator are identical, and seroprotection rate both on day 14 and 42. That the conclusion, that is the Travis was non-inferior to reference vaccine, the other 5-dose regimes, less adverse effect compared to reference vaccines, other dose regimes, and novel 3-dose Travis was found to be safe and immunogenic and was comparable to 5 doses of WHO pre-qualified vaccines. Sahil? The reduced number of vaccine dose leads to reduction in number of visits and travel cost as well. They increase the compliance, which is important to prevent rabies and ultimately help to eliminate dog-mediated human rabies. Okay. And this is the end of the slides. Yeah, over to Sahil.
Thank you so much, sir. A few questions, sir, have been asked by some of the doctors that I'd like to present to you, sir. So one of the question is there that what are the signs and symptoms of rabies in humans?
One minute. Hello. Hello. Yes, Sahil, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, sir, one question that have been asked by a doctor, I can't recall here his name. And the question is, what are the signs and symptoms of rabies in humans?
Okay, sign and symptoms of rabies in humans. The sign and symptoms may last for like cerebral dysfunction will be there, anxiety, confusion, agitation. As the disease progresses, the person may experience delirium, abnormal behavior like hallucination, hydrophobia, fear of water, and insomnia. These are the signs and
Okay.
symptoms in humans.
Oh,
Yeah, next questions?
so that we have another question that has been asked. What are the advantages of 3-dose anti-rabies vaccine?
3-dose anti-rabies vaccine advantage. It has been already explained that the duration, this compliance, the compliance will automatically increases. As earlier, the 5-dose regime has 28 days vaccination period. There is 0, 3, 7, 14, 28. It has been decreases through only 1 week, 0, 3, 7. So
Yeah.
days will be decreases. So patient compliance will be automatically increases, and patients visit duration means earlier they have to visit 5 days. Sometimes they may forget also. The 5 days injection, 5 times the injections, they fear of the injection. So these are the things.
Yeah, you mean, sir, the non-compliance is a very major issue because
Yeah,
40%
non-compliance is very basic. Yeah.
yeah, and rabies is a very fatal disease. That's why, sir, rabies is much more convenient for the patients because it will be completed just within 1 week only, and the dose will be only on day 0, day 3, and day 7. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so with this, sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Asraful Alam Jodda, sir, for the informative talk. And, sir, we truly appreciate your efforts, sir. But last but not the least, we would like to inform to all the panelists and all the participants over there that Fabrice has won 2 prestigious awards in the invention category. And those are the Economics Times India Pharma Award and the Golden Global Tiger Award. So with this, I would like to end the program over here only. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sahil sir. Okay. May I stop live streaming? Okay, sir.